Tuesday, April 24th, 2012. I'm Mike Eckford. Welcome to the show.
We have a great show coming up for you today. I'm Fiona Forbes, and it was a big day yesterday in Vancouver.
We are in slight recovery. Yesterday was just a bananas day. One of our favorites, I think, during the entire year. Yes? Would you agree with this?
Absolutely. Mike and I are flattered to be asked back to anything, really. But I think it's 5 years running. We've hosted the Vancouver Magazine Restaurant Awards, which were yesterday at the Sheridan Wall Centre here in Vancouver. And it celebrates the industry. There's tons of awards given out, and it's actually one of the funnest awards ceremonies I think there is in this town.
Yeah, absolutely. They have all kinds of categories covering from the high end of dining down to casual, down to street cart food now. And it's just a great, as Fiona said, a great celebration. And every year, one of the winners seems to be in the Japanese category. They are called Kinyo. They're an izakaya restaurant, very well known in the city. But
if their name gets announced,
so we've seen these guys. We've seen them wrestle. They put on wrestling masks one year, and they did a whole Japanese wrestling thing.
There were cartwheels.
Yesterday, they just kept it democratic for
Well, it was
the people,
funny. They said, "Is it okay if we come up to the stage?" And I said, "Sure." And then they started popping bottles, bottles of white wine to be precise, and we have some footage of what they did to celebrate their win. The fellas from Kinyo come up. Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you. And then what they did is they popped 2 bottles of white wine and said that they were going to make them disappear in 30 seconds, which they did. And
who chugs white wine?
Of all things to chug.
It's unbelievable. So these guys come up and they do this.
I was just afraid of being barfed on, to be honest.
Well, thankfully they were over on your side of the stage, so you got to handle those guys. And then later on in the show, you've met her on our program before, sommelier DJ Kearney. And DJ is so beautiful. She's just a tiny wee little bird of a thing.
She's a 100-pounder, and she looked like such a beautiful, she's such a beautiful lady, and she's got such poise, and she's so distinguished. And she was giving an award to Chef Julian Bond, and she was mid-speech when one of the fellows, I think from Bonita, came up to the stage and passed her a bottle of wine, and the audience started yelling, "Chug, chug, chug." And being a sommelier of a certain stature, can she? Well, yes.
Oh, yeah, she did.
And then every man in the room wanted to marry her.
A bottle of wine.
And the funny thing is, she chugged this bottle of wine, I think in about 30 seconds, but she was mid-speech, but she managed to eloquently finish her entire speech like nothing had happened. I have to say,
awesome.
I want to be her.
This is the greatest event because award ceremonies, normally, they're pretty boring. But you think about the restaurant industry, and this is, you know, the front of house all the way to the back of house in the restaurant industry, and they come to party. And it's just so much fun to be a part of every year. And we have to congratulate all the winners yesterday, and you can find them in this issue of the Vancouver Magazine, their Restaurant Awards special, but especially David Hawksworth and the entire staff at Hawksworth Restaurant. They won Restaurant of the Year, Upscale Dining of the Year, Chef of the Year. I mean, all kinds of great stuff. I think the Sommelier of the Year was from Hawksworth as well. So try and get a reservation there in the next couple of months.
If you want to know everything that happened, just pick up this month's issue of Vancouver Magazine, and it goes through all the details of the winners and celebrates this great foodie town that we have.
Boy, do I feel like chugging a bottle of wine right now.
I am starving.
That was, you have been award show crazy the last week or so.
I went to, our buddy Victor Lucas put on the Canadian Videogame Awards this past Saturday, and they had this big fan expo in town. A lot of people got to meet Lou Ferrigno. Rumors have it that R2-D2 was in town.
So nice to get out of the basement.
What? R2-D2?
Yeah, well, just everyone to go and visit.
I know.
And mingle.
It was such a, it was a basement-y.
How many girls? Like, I know there are lots of girl gamers, and I'm not excluding you by any.
Well, there were a lot of great costumes at the Fan Expo too. Like,
really, like
next
people,
level,
like Hulk and
like
people,
any
Star Wars.
superhero and just things you can't even describe. But got to go to the Video Game Awards themselves on Saturday night. Here's a picture on the red carpet. I went with a couple of my girlfriends and 5 teenagers we brought. 3 of the teenage boys belonged to my girlfriend Mary. And the funniest thing is trying to find a photograph where we're all looking in the same direction.
You guys need media training. You're the only one looking at the camera. Well done, Fiona.
Well, you can see that Cole on the left is too.
Yeah, it's you and Cole on the left.
Yeah. But it was a really fun night, and they had a hugely successful weekend. I don't know if anybody was downtown in Cole Harbour over the weekend, but there were thousands and thousands of people at this Fan Expo. It was super cool to see something like that. I believe
they're going to do it again because the same Fan Expo that they've done in Toronto for the last few years, they get 100,000 people on the weekend. So I'm assuming we could probably probably do the same
I think we could top that
in Vancouver. Now, yesterday, last evening at about 8, I think it's about 8:47, somewhere around there, a very special anniversary happened. A lot of people didn't realize it, so we'll talk about it today. It was the 7th anniversary of a little company called YouTube.
7 years, huh?
7 years, YouTube, and the way to celebrate an anniversary is to have a look back and see just how far we've come. So this is the first video ever posted on YouTube, no coincidence, by one of the co-founders of YouTube, and this will give you an indication of just how far we've come thanks to this wonderful technology.
All right, so here we are, one of the elephants. The cool thing about these guys is that they have really long trunks.
Yeah, pretty much the same.
We have not...
2012, we're still talking about animals on YouTube.
In terms of what we're putting on, YouTube is like a visual sock drawer. Like you just kind of throw things in there and then you forget about
There's everything.
60 hours of video are uploaded every minute, or 1 hour of video is uploaded to YouTube every single second, and over 4 billion videos are viewed per day on YouTube. Per day.
And 99.9% of those are me watching cat videos.
Yeah, YouTube, man, the world's sock drawer.
We're going to check in with Elise at Rock 101 right now. Here she is.
Hey guys, well this week I'm going to tell you all about our website. Well, really not all about it, but the contest page, because it's the big one. We give away tickets all the time, and I feel like a lot of you don't know that. So go to rock101.com, click on the contest tab, and you'll find Bryan Adams tickets. He's going to be here in Vancouver June the 16th. It's going to be an easy way to win. All you got to do is be a Rock 101 Club member. It takes a couple minutes of your time, and then you just simply click that you want to be entered into that contest, and you could be seeing Bryan Adams June 16th.
Nice, Bryan Adams. Good idea, kid that lives in London.
There you go. Jolly old. We're going to take a quick break.